Welcome to another episode of the State of the Bulldogs. Sam, Mike, Jeb, and Grant. Grant and Mike tonight. We waited until Basketball Media Day was over to record, so this is dropping Thursday. We got baseball playoffs, Socon basketball previews. Football's still going, but a lot of SEC action has been entertaining, not necessarily Socon action. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Socon has won like 3 or 4 non-conference games, and as far as like power rankings of the conference, we're like third to last, which is terrible.
Yep.
And we are not helping them.
No, we are on whatever the opposite of helping is that's what we've been doing.
But Grant, your Blue Hose would be conference champs this year.
Blue Hose, undefeated Blue Hose. Let's go. Top 25, almost Blue Hose. But yeah, they're 2-0 in their 2 SoCon games. Yeah, shout out the Blue Hose.
They are.
What are the Blue Hose? What did I miss?
Presbyterian. Remember, like 2 years ago, Grant was all about the Blue Hose.
They lived in Covertown, but now they live. Now they're living in a winning game town, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So, Basketball Media Day, Furman almost back-to-back preseason champs. UTC edged them out in the coaches poll. Furman coming in second. But some pretty good respect for Samford. Everybody has decently high hopes considering Lenny's track record of success. Guys are feeling pretty good about some of the guys we brought in. But Grant, hit us with kind of the overview of Media Day.
Yeah, Media Day. Field of 68 had their own setup. They had Goodman and Terrence Ogilvy down there interviewing coaches and everything. So they interviewed every coach on the men's and women's side. So it was good to kind of get a good glimpse of some coaches. I got to talk to Lenny for about 20 minutes. It was really good with him. So yeah, good to kind of get involved and kind of dip our toe into the basketball water this early in football season, October 1st as we record. So
it feels weird.
Yeah, they did. Exactly. They did a good job with the whole product and everything compared to last year with the hurricane kind of hurt some of that. They had to do all virtual. It was good actually having in person and Field of 68 with On3 down there.
Oh, that's
and Greenville.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Field of 68 recorded a conference preview today. So if y'all want to go check that out, I'm going to give that a listen sometime this weekend. But excited to see what they are saying. I mean, it would be awesome if we could buy into the Samford hype early. And we'll go through the schedule, which was released last week or 2 weeks ago. But Mike, any reaction to the love of Samford or the love of Furman and UTC? Because remember, last year Furman was picked to win the conference and they finished middle of the pack, and UTC vice versa. So
yeah, honestly, with a new coach and a whole new roster, I kind of would prefer to be a little bit lower in the preseason rankings to lower those expectations. I think, as you see in all college sports, take Florida State for a prime example. You never know what kind of team you're going to have with all transfers. I do think that Lenny's a little bit different because he is so well known to this region and has such a specific coaching style that he was able to recruit really well to his coaching style and get players that will fit his system. So I'm really hoping these guys will mesh really early. I know we're all really excited about some of the guys that he got, but I think it says a lot about the respect that Lenny has just around college basketball to come in on this short notice and be able to build a top 4 preseason roster.
It's also interesting not having a guy like Bucky who kind of has a Maverick type persona, right? Lenny's more traditional. He's going to get more love. I mean, Bob Ritchie, my gosh, you might as well just call it like the Bob Ritchie show every preseason. But it's interesting now being on the good end of that, where it's not an outsider kind of invading the territory. It's a very well-established, respected coach. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I like being part of the club, you know?
Yeah, more of on the side of less fights because everyone was like, you either like really love Bucky if you didn't love Samford, like you hated Bucky and everything he stood for. Basically, his whole Mountain Brook experience, everyone hated Mountain Brook, and he basically moved that to college. Now moving this, everyone has really good relationships with Lenny. Lenny has a couple former Furman assistants on the Samford staff that know Richie too. So yeah, it's good to kind of, like I said, be on the more experienced side. Guys are really excited about Acuff coming to the league, and they all talk about how well he is and scheming up on the offensive end for sure.
Yeah, it's nice. Just the overview, the coaches poll, Chattanooga was first, Furman second. basically tied, 77, 73 votes apiece. Samford and ETSU third and fourth, UNCG and VMI fifth and sixth. Western, Mercer, Wofford, Citadel bringing up the rear, but I mean, it feels like a typical year where outside of maybe your bottom 3 or 4, anyone's going to be able to win it. Interesting seeing VMI slowly rising through the ranks last year and the year before that. Picked to finish last this year, picked to finish middle of the pack. So good to see VMI building a little momentum.
Yeah, and they had the Socon Player of the Year, preseason Player of the Year, as well with Ricky Bradley, basically
Right.
one of the only guys on the all-conference team from last year that basically returned. VMI. Listen to Andrew Wilson talk with Field of 68 guys. He was talking about how they're second in the country or top 5, whatever, in returning production behind Purdue. So it's really interesting seeing like VMI being one of the schools involved in that. Case in point, with Bradley getting the preseason Player of the Year nod.
It's interesting. At what point do we start I mean, maybe people already do, discounting returning production? Because, I mean, yeah, pre-transfer portal, it was the best tell as to how much you knew of what you were getting. But now, I mean, okay, great. They have a lot of guys returning for a team that finished what? They finished 4th from the bottom in the conference. So,
yeah,
I don't know. The returning production figures are kind of moot at this point.
Yeah, because we had that same discussion with Wofford last year
too.
too.
Top 6th place isn't that bad.
Yeah, 6th. Even Wilson was like, I wish we were ranked lower. I want to get these guys. I don't want any expectations on my group. Talk about how basically, yeah, they're not a pushover anymore. Basically, you kind of have to be ready for a VMI team, although they're really bad defensively, and Samford just tore them apart in both of those games. But yeah, and we talked about that retention with Wofford last year to like, is it good that they returned 4 or 5 starters? And sure enough, they all clicked at the right time in March, getting to the tournament. Now they have a new coach after all the situation that happens. So yeah, it's that back and forth of like, if we were Wofford people, say, oh yeah, we have all these guys back, let's go, let's return, just like they did. But now on the other side, it's like, well, we only have 2 guys returning from last year's team. Let's see how they kind of gel and kind of work together, which is something we're used to over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Wofford's going to be interesting to watch.
I think returning talent still says a lot in today's day and age, because look at like Bucky, for example, and all the big name recruits or transfers that we got in the Bucky area that kind of just disappointed. And of course, every now and then he'd have a guy that would hit big, but we also had a lot of guys that came in that we thought were going to be Socon Player of the Year caliber, first team all Socon caliber, that kind of just didn't pan out. So you never know when you transfer in new school, new system, new team around you, like, you know, what's going to happen. But for Andrew Wilson and VMI, he knows what he's got, and he's going to hopefully build off of, or not for our sake, but hopefully build off of what happened last year.
No, it would be good if we had less teams in the 300s of the RPI.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Grant, play the clip. Do you have the clip of Coach Acuff?
Yes, I do. This is just him talking about why he made the move to Samford and basically his family and everything, but basically what struck out to him in getting the job at Samford.
What's the pull to Samford for you?
Well, there's a lot of things. First off, if you come to our campus, there's a wow factor.
Yep.
I mean, it is
absolutely beautiful.
And what they've done in the last 18 months is incredible. We just opened up a brand new practice facility, a new rec center, new dorms. I mean, there's a real wow factor.
Martin Newton's done an incredible job.
Martin has been fantastic. Yep. Our president, Dr. Taylor, has been fantastic. And they really want to win in basketball. Yeah. And so I think that's a good, and a lot like Lipscomb, they wanted to win. And there's no secrets to this stuff. The secret is there's no secret.
Right.
And I wish there was more to it than it is. But you know, I'm an Alabama guy. That's where I've lived the majority of my life. A lot of contacts there. Yeah. My daughter lives there. My son's on my staff. I guess my wife a lot closer to home. So there's not a lot of things in our life that line up with your career and with your family.
Sure.
And I felt like it was the right time to do it.
No brainer.
I like that. The secret, there is no secret. Is it wise or is it dumb?
It's wise, yeah. We'll go with the wise part.
At least he's not trying to be the best version of this team that they can be.
Be ultimate, Mike. Be
higher
ultimate.
Expectations.
Seriously. Oh.
Yeah, if you go listen to the whole interview, there's like 5 or 6 like isms. Even like Goodman brought it up. Like Acuff's got some sayings. He says a couple of those too, where it's like, oh, I guess that makes sense. I heard that. Like case in point with that secret, that there is no secret. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you can shoot and you can defend, you can win. So, yeah, I guess there is no secret. Did we have any guys on the preseason all conference team?
Yep, we
2.
got two. We got two.
Oh.
Some reason the SoCon
Oh.
likes to not do one team of 5 guys. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
that's
5,
right. They
6.
do like 12 guys.
Like a whole
Yeah,
roster.
10. Exactly, 10 guys on the preseason all conference teams that we couldn't do first team and second
I
team.
forgot
10
about
anyway.
that.
Exactly. A couple. Samford, Chattanooga has 3 guys on there.
Of course.
Furman has 2, and then Samford is tied with Furman with 2 guys with Dylan Faulkner, who came over from Lipscomb, and then Jaden Booth, who came over from Florida Southern College D2, who balled out last year. So those are a couple of the guys that are on the all conference team for Samford.
I forgot about the Jaden Booth guy. We were excited when he signed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they asked A-Cuff about him. He was like, Lenny was talking about all of his D2 connections, all this stuff, and like his son Will's on the staff, was coaching in that same division, and he pulled up this clip. He was like, "Who's this Jaden Booth guy?" And he watched his first game, and he had 49 against Nova Southeastern. He's like, "Okay, I guess this guy's pretty good." And sure enough, it comes full circle to him coming to join Samford when he visited campus under the last staff.
Getting way too ahead of myself, but any chance we see a Bruce Pearl type Stephen Pearl situation brewing over the next 5 years?
That's part of Lenny's retirement plan.
Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, let's see Lenny get a few wins under his belt, maybe a Socon title or two.
Yeah.
But I mean, just so much news the past couple weeks. Bruce Pearl over at Auburn, Pittman out at Arkansas. Is John Gruden coming to the SEC? You know, the coaching news never seems to end. But any other comments on basketball? We'll do like a preview, a real preview, way closer to basketball season, which is actually it's coming up pretty quick. I did want to go through the schedule. I forgot about that. They want to go through the schedule real quick.
Yeah. Before we get to the schedule, a couple high-level notes. Faulkner in 15 games last year at Lipscomb suffered a broken foot. He's back from that. 10.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. And then Jaden, again, those eye-popping numbers we talked about over the summer. 21 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, 5.3 assists per game, and also shot 49% from 3 a season ago. And he was Lenny talking about Faulkner and where he's progressed from last year this year.
49% is dumb.
How pivotal is he going to be to this year's success?
Huge. We lost him January 20th last year, and we had a young man step in his stead, and a young man named Charlie Williams that was great in his stead. But we thought with both of them, I thought we really had a chance to win a game in the tournament because we had a legitimate size, which is hard to get at this level. But he's back. We're really thankful he's with us. He's very, very, very talented. He's a high character young man, and he has a high care factor. And when you have that, you have a chance. But to have him with us is a really good jumping on point.
For people that haven't seen him play, what's his game like?
You know, he's bouncy. He's 6'9". He's about 235 now. He's a high competitor, really good around the goal, and he's really grown. He can now make threes, and so it's just, you know, when you have a 5 that can make threes, it's a game changer. And
huge.
But he also gives us some true rim protection, was something we didn't have for a long time there.
Let me just say, it is so nice. It is so nice to not have the SoCon like media guys running the media day. Like Field of 68, you know, they're not ESPN, but there's some solid dudes. Who ask good questions and are knowledgeable.
Now, like, so coach, what do you like about your team this year? And the coach's like, well,
feels very candid.
And you like a direct, exactly. And you like a direct answer. And of course, all these guys have had relationships with these coaches, saying we talked about with A-Cuff. Yeah. Interested to see kind of Faulkner, kind of his growth coming back for the foot injury. He's only attempted 12 threes on over his career in 2 seasons. So if he has developed some kind of a 3-point shot, that just opens the floor for a guy who was really played high level. And if he didn't have the foot injury, he maybe could be kind of a P4 kind of guy off the bench or whatnot. So it's good for Samford kind of get that kind of guy. We'll see how he progresses on the offensive end.
For sure. All right, the schedule. So this is final, right, Grant? Like final.
Final, yep.
Okay. So we open up in NOLA November 3rd at Tulane. Fun game. I mean, I feel like that could be a dub. We don't know anything about Tulane, but it just seems like that's a very, very winnable matchup.
It's not Purdue, so yeah.
Exactly. Then our first home game, South Carolina State, November 7th, Friday, another winnable game. And then we're going back to Texas Southern. And then the big one at Arkansas. So, guys, we should be 2-1, 3-0 heading into Fayetteville Friday night, November 14th. Kind of hype. We're staying
4-0.
in the state of Arkansas. Traveling to Conway to play Central Arkansas on Sunday, and then heading back home for Florida Gulf Coast on the following Wednesday. So pretty hot start. I mean, shoot, that's what, 6 games in 2 weeks? That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great pre-Thanksgiving slate.
No kidding.
Yeah, 2 of those games, Central Arkansas and Florida Gulf Coast, are part of that Socon ASUN alliance that's in year 2. So that's where both of those games come from. So do you want to form an alliance with me? Absolutely, I do.
No.
Has Central Arkansas always been in the ASUN?
I forgot when they joined, but ASUN is transitioning basically to just a basketball conference, basically. But so.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about the UAC and what was the other side of that merger? UAC and
Was it the WAC?
WAC. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the WAC football programs are going to the UAC, and all the only basketball programs are going to ASUN. And some of the ASUN football was also going over there. Anyway, so yeah, awesome start. Then we have the Cancun Challenge that starts in Las Cruces, New Mexico, according to this schedule.
Yep. Yeah, it's an on-campus game. It's part of the Cancun Challenge. Don't ask me how or why.
That's not an error.
That is an error. That is an error.
No, that is legit. Yeah, it's an on-campus.
That's part of the Cancun.
No, that's part of it. Yeah.
That's kind of Bush League.
It's an on-campus game, a part of the challenge. How or why that?
Don't we realize that like Las Cruces is
not
that like they're still getting on a plane after they fly to Las Cruces?
Yeah, they're heading the right direction, I guess.
West.
Not really, though. I mean,
they just, not really. They just went straight over.
Yeah.
But still fun. I mean, we played Utah Valley last year. We have Georgia, or did we play Utah Valley last year? Yeah.
Yeah, they were on one of the comebacks. Yeah.
Georgia State will be a fun game, and then New Mexico State, probably a bad team, but maybe not. I mean, they're Mountain West.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, New Mexico's the better of the two, but yeah, we'll see how.
Yeah, New Mexico's not bad.
Better. Yeah, New Mexico's better at the New Mexico's.
They actually might be Conference USA. I don't think they're in the Mountain West. I love the at VCU game. So that was 2 years ago that we played at VCU.
Yeah, that was right after the Purdue game.
Yeah.
Should have won. Should have won that game. And then Cornell coming to Birmingham. How about that? That was a great game last season. So those should be 2 fun ones. And then Bryan should be a dub. Reinhardt should be a dub. And then we start conference play. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty balanced non-conference schedule. We got the big one in Fayetteville. And then we have several good games sprinkled in with a few cupcakes. Presumably cupcakes. If they aren't, Lenny might be in for a long first season, but presumably cupcakes.
Yeah, we said the same thing last Thanksgiving where we were down 15 and both of those games had to crawl way back.
Yep.
And remember that.
Yep.
I think it's a perfect preseason, pre-SoCon slate. You got 3 or 4 kind of mid-major games that could go either way, and then you got your standard, SEC, ACC challenge that will probably get smoked in, but be fun regardless.
Yep. Shout out to Coach Cal for scheduling us, having us go over there to Fayetteville on a Friday night.
When is the A&M Samford football game?
That is
after Thanksgiving, I think, or maybe the Saturday before.
Yeah, it's the Saturday before.
It's the 22nd. Dang.
The 22nd, yeah.
It would have worked out perfectly. You could drive to Fayetteville Friday morning, get there, watch the basketball game, wake up. I mean, it'd be a far drive, but only 6 hours maybe. Maybe 7 to College Station on Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
But that would have worked out nice. But yeah, we played them that next week. All right, well, let's get to football. Yep. We'll dive more into basketball as we get a little bit closer. But as we said, that's coming quick. Football lost to Furman 31-13. Not going to really talk about that game. The football team is 0-5 for the first time since 1985. That has an unfortunate ring to it though. 0-5. First time since
1985.
That's kind of where the good times end right there. So
got to laugh about it. Got to find the laughs in there somewhere.
I mean, guys, if this isn't Hatcher's last year, I don't know why we're playing football. because we're about to talk about a Mercer team who literally just hired a winner. All this guy does is win. He's the
DJ
Kurt Signetti of the FCS. All he does is win.
Did you Google him?
He's 85-10 or something like that when Mercer hired him. His first year there, they go 11-3 to the quarters of the FCS playoffs. Has his boys playing well, undefeated in conference play. Has a tenacious defense, a solid offense led by a true freshman quarterback. Brought in a ton of transfers from the D3 school he was at, Lenore Ryan, or D2 school he's at, Lenore Ryan. But has since recruited heavily. Had a decent roster when he took over. And what's crazy, guys, so they have the true freshman quarterback. Their running back is a homegrown talent, not a transfer. Their 3 leading receivers, homegrown talents, no transfers. 2 leading tacklers, homegrown talents, no transfers. Their safety did transfer, but after his freshman season at Coastal Carolina. And then their leading sack guy, not a transfer. So, Jacobs, he inherited a nice roster. There's no denying that because a lot of those guys are in their 3rd year at Mercer. But he isn't embracing necessarily this new age transfer portal, cycle them out, see what they got, run it through, whatever, 40 new guys every single season. He's building a legitimate program at a school like Mercer who has about the same amount of resources we do. So it can be done, and it is being done, and that's what sucks about this game because we are going to travel to Mercer and we are going to get not curb stomped because our offense has finally woken up a little bit. We're going to score a touchdown.
Will we?
Score a touchdown, right? Or 3 points maybe. 3 points maybe.
I don't know.
We're not going to get shut out. I mean, we might. Mercer has the best defense in the league.
We're just
We
going to
might
be
get
better
shut
than
out.
38-0. That's what happened with Citadel. So
we
we're fighting
have
with
the
them
worst
for...
defense in the league. They have one of the better offenses. They might beat us by more than 38 points. But hey, Citadel's
That's impressive.
not
Yeah, I mean, Citadel's not a
bad.
bad team this year. So
shocking.
Disgusting.
We gave Maurice Drayden too much crap. Well, I did. After his first, or before his first season, or maybe it was after his first season, because he just didn't seem like he believed. But internally, he has a very different message because he has those boys playing.
Oh, how the turntables.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So, they're 3-0 in conference play. Their true freshman quarterback, Brady Atkinson, the running back, CJ Miller, and then their 3 receivers that I mentioned. Ajay Dabbs, he was a contributor last year. Kendall Harris, Braden Smith, none of them are huge. I remember last week Western had some big guys, but or 2 weeks ago Western had some big guys. These guys are fast. They're 5'10", 5'11", 6'6", somewhere in there. But no monsters. But all they do is catch and run. Then the defense: Julian Fox, Drew Clare, Caleb Hutchinson. Caleb's the transfer safety, but linebacker, safety. And then Andrew Zock, D-end, leads the team in sacks. So this team is the epitome of balanced. They're led by a true freshman quarterback. I'm not sure why. I think the other guy was DJ. He was a quarterback maybe for part of last year. DJ Miller or something like that.
Smith.
It's DJ
Yes,
Smith.
Yeah, DJ,
Thank
DJ
you,
Smith.
Grant.
No.
I don't know if he's hurt or if Atkinson is just running the offense so well he just took over when. I don't know. We don't know what the story is there, but Atkinson's a quarterback right now, and I mean they play a really good brand of football. They run it well. They pass well. They defend. Sucks.
Do I need to go through the fact book and try to find an 0-6 start?
No.
I don't know if that's...
We will be
that's
0-6, though. What the funny thing is UTC might be the win. That's what's really weird about this season. We'll get to the results over the weekend, but
yeah,
the mocks not living up. Rusty, man, Coach Rusty's not living up to the hype. All he does is win, and for whatever reason, they're not winning this year.
I'm glad we're on the struggle bus with them, although they are 1-4. Who knows what that one win is? But
they do have one win.
Yeah, it must be nice.
I don't know. They
good.
battled it out with Tarleton State. You would think that they would have been all right, but then they got blown out in the second half. Well, really, the second quarter on. But
are they just giving up on football? Just giving all their
no,
funds to
remember
basketball?
We heard at the beginning of the year that they were rev sharing the 20 million or whatever it was, or whatever it was, 5 million, I can't remember. But a lot of that was going to football. They just built a whole new football facility. So, I don't know. UTC, that's been the biggest surprise. Other than Samford, I think the biggest surprise of this conference season, or this football season in general. But yeah, our football team is not good. The defense is atrocious.
Again, in 1985, Samford started 0-7 that season. So
okay, so we do have some time to not be the worst. 0-7, so we're 0-5 right now. We got Mercer 0-6. We have VMI, boys. October 18th. We have a bye week before VMI on the road in Lexington. That has to be. If we lose that game, get swept by the academies, we will not win a game all year.
Yeah, I've gone from where are the wins to where is a win. That's how far I've gotten.
I'm wearing my Samford hat, my Titans sweatshirt right now, so I'm combined 0-8 right now. I think I might finish the season 31. I don't know what's the math come out to be.
You know, the Titans.
I think Cam Ward put it the same way we're saying it now. We won't repeat it, but he put it the same way.
Exactly.
We're keeping things a buck. Yeah. Yeah.
The Titans are an interesting franchise. They do one thing really well. They drafted Cam Ward. Guy's going to be a stud. Great leader. Should be a good quarterback.
Honestly, kind of like Samford football
fired
right
Vrabel.
now.
Yeah. It's very similar.
Quincy, stud.
But we didn't fire like an awesome coach who is now leading the Patriots to probably a division title, which is crazy considering they have Drake May's for second year.
Yeah,
second year, yeah.
I'm not a believer in Drake May, but he has those guys playing well. I just don't. The Titans, man, they could be good if imagine Vrabel as Cam Ward's coach, but maybe Vrabel, they hated him so much that the well was poisoned.
Well, I don't think we would have Cam Ward if Vrabel was coach because we wouldn't have had the first overall pick, but I see what you're saying.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. So I guess it's give take. It's a give take.
Aaron Rodgers might have been a Titan at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That guy. I can't believe he's still in the league. Of all the, it's sad seeing all the people that we grew up watching, coaches, announcers, players, either retire or die. Aaron Rodgers is still kicking, which is just
players that now guys we watched in college are having their kids recruited by those schools that they played at. It's like it's just going downhill from here when you see all the juniors out there with their NFL dads out there. It's just going downhill. It's tough.
So when do we write the who's replacing Hatcher article? Because I started thinking about who candidates would even be, and at the FCS level, it's such a black hole because you can go so many ways. And I never would have ever thought of a guy like Mike Jacobs who's at Lenore, this program like Lenore Ryan. But I mean, you look at if you wanted to go that route, anybody on the Ferris State staff is probably pretty good because all they do is win. So you could just go that route. You go down a level, pick a winner, bring them up.
Yeah, just go to the D2 top 25 and say, boom, there you go. There's our guy.
You bring in an old coach who just wants to keep on balling, but it's kind of washed for the FBS. Oh, it's tough though. I don't know what it feels less. It feels like there's less direction than if you were trying to hire the basketball coach or even the baseball coach for that matter.
Yeah, when's the last time Martin? So say, what's the last time Martin went kind of national on a coaching search? And I know football's a totally different story than all the other sports.
I mean, basketball to a degree. I know. Lenny
you get a guy from
regional,
up the road, really from Huntsville, and
yeah, but that's how it worked out. I'm sure he made a few calls around the country,
but ultimately,
I don't know,
all of the hires, in the last 4 years since we've been doing this podcast have been
Tennessee's wide receivers coach,
Kelsey Pope.
Kelsey Pope,
yeah, Samford alum.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally just need a guy who can recruit Alabama high schools and get the 2 stars and just bring them in. It's not that hard. It is just not that hard. I don't understand. But I mean, if Mercer is winning, if Citadel is winning, give me a break.
Yeah, who knows? It was a lot easier, at least on my end with the basketball. I have a better lay of the land on what.
Yeah, it's a little more
hard to look for, but yeah, football's harder, obviously wider. You don't know the terrain as much as basketball, seeing everybody. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this keeps trending this way, whether a change is made and where he kind of looks to.
I mean, a change has to be made. Like, I've just stopped watching our football program at this point. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to watch. Well, I'm going to watch two things, either an anemic offense or an explosive offense, but I'm going to watch an L either way. And I'm not going to watch defense.
Or they're going down the field and you
turn it over.
Drum up some turnover you hadn't even thought of to this point, and then it happens. Like last week, Quincy trying to throw that screen, pumps once, throws it. A dude bats it up in the air, catches it himself, runs 45 yards for a touchdown.
It's also just amazing. Like,
just find new ways.
Hatcher hasn't made any real. It seems like all the staff changes have been reacted. Like a guy leaves. Offensive line coach should have been fired 5 years ago. Like, when's the last time that we could just line up and run the ball for 3 yards? I honestly cannot remember a line that could do that. No.
Even then, when we had solid backs, we would still throw it 75 times a game. So, like, it wouldn't have mattered whether we ran or not. Yeah, I don't know. Of course, Bostic's been with Hatcher since the Valdosta days, so you
exactly
know why that change hasn't been made.
Right. No, exactly. And that's the problem. That's the rub in really any sport. You have to sever relationships that in really any other profession you wouldn't have to sever if you want to keep winning. So the human aspect of that is terrible. These guys make, even in the FCS level, an inflated salary for what they actually do. I mean, the high school coaches now in Georgia, like I think the coach at Carrollton's making $225,000. I'm like, you work 4 months out of the year and you make $225,000. Like, sign me up, right? But even at the SCS level, there's enough money to be held accountable. These guys aren't volunteers, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah, even a guy like Josh Niblett, who's a Hoover, making $150 or whatever, and he goes over to a school in Georgia making like $175 or whatever. It's like, seriously, a high school coach is making this. $150 is probably high, but somewhere in that range. He was definitely the highest paid. Comes to that point. So yeah, do you go the Bucky High School route for a coach? I know we're just gonna keep saying that every time a school goes to hire a high school coach.
I think you could. But, yeah, you pull a Texas Tech. You go with a McGuire type guy in Alabama. The recruiting network's already been built. What were you going to say, Mike?
No, I was going to question that. I mean, it seems, to hire a high school basketball coach is one thing. To hire a high school football coach just seems like a whole other deal.
Well, maybe it's like
in an OC role, right? But
no. Yeah, to the SEC it would be huge. It would be a big deal.
Yeah, that's the point.
But no, big time high school coaches get hired all the time to be the head coach in college. They don't get hired to be even at a level like the American would be weird. But the Sun Belt, no. Anything below that's fair game.
On a Trey Lamb picks a new school every year, can he just come over to Sanford for 1 year, then go bounce to other school?
Sick. He's a great coach. ETSU's probably pissed. But
I know.
Also, don't bring in bad quarterbacks. Like, Cade McNamara can't play anywhere. Why? You don't need to be a talent evaluator to tell me that. He put on 5 years of terrible tape.
Yeah, it's funny to see that Iowa Cade McNamara is the same ETSU Cade McNamara. Like, there's no difference between the player.
In Michigan, Cade McNamara was the same as the Iowa Cade McNamara. Some guys are just the way they are.
Yeah, he goes from Michigan to Iowa. I was like, oh my gosh, we got Cade McNamara. Then it's more of the same. And then, like, even Iowa, Gronowski at South Dakota State, he comes over. He gets the Iowa bug, and he sucks too. It's like, okay, maybe it's just an Iowa problem with the quarterback. But yeah, back to... Yeah, who knows what happens up there? But
they don't believe in offense.
Exactly, yeah.
Until we just run through like 5 head coaches who fail at Samford, I cannot for the life of me believe it's a hard place to win.
At least with a new coach every year, there's excitement. Kind of like an unexpected
hope, yeah.
Go back to the beginning of this season. Nobody had any expectations for this team.
No. When we went through the roster, we were just like, oh, brother.
At least with a new coach, there's like, hey, what could be, you know?
There is always that element of a different coach could turn on something inside of these guys that has been missing, right? Or find something inside these guys that's been missing. Now, these guys in particular, hard to say. Not sure this staff is exactly elite talent evaluators. But some of that also has to do with the influx and outflux of coaches, as I was saying. It's not totally Hatcher's fault that they had to pilfer through 3 defensive coordinators in 1 year, and all of a sudden our defense sucks after being pretty respectable last season. So that's not necessarily, it is his fault, but it's not necessarily all his fault, if that makes sense.
It's not his
Yeah, you
fault, but
hired-
it's his responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to hire a new DC a week before spring started. Like that's insane. He shows up on campus. It's like Wofford's coach who got announced last week, and he shows up to media day. He's like, he's been to 2 practices. How can you
Yeah.
ask him about his team if he's been to 2 practices? But
Yeah. There are tough
Yeah,
positions.
to his credit, I have not seen any of those players in the transfer portal, so good for him. Unless I've just missed it. The Wofford
no, they've
players.
stayed. All the Auburn guys have said they're staying under Steven. So,
But as we've
also
figured
too
out,
late, yeah.
where else are you going to go? I mean, you can
Yeah, it's
quote
also-
unquote redshirt, but it's basketball, and if you do that, you're kind of risking a roster spot.
this is the second week of practice too. You can't really go join a team a week after practice starts, and with the season starting in a month.
And basketball NIL seems especially shady. I'm just going back to like the Achor situation. It's like, okay, if I enter the portal, and let's say even a program like Tennessee or Alabama says, hey, we're going to give you a walk-on spot. You can't be on the team. You're not eligible or whatever. Here's a $100K to cover your academic expenses and a salary, basically. And then it just doesn't kind of pan out like that because you show up and maybe you weren't what they thought. There's just that risk.
Yeah, like Bruce
So
Pearl.
Wofford- Yep.
Bruce Pearl, he didn't wait to retire until the last minute intentionally, right? To give his son a leg up. It's nothing ill-willed.
He would never do. He wanted a real coaching search to take place so that they go through the process of going down to the Final Four and seeing all the coaches. So John Cohen can go through all the process and maybe go to the Samford guy, maybe go around. So no, I think the Steven guy will be good.
Yeah.
Look, he's a proud American who believes in a meritocracy, and especially when it comes to taxpayer-funded institutions, he really wants to see the most value at the table, and that's just what he what he decided. Got to respect
that
it for
Bruce-
it, America.
Yeah, that Bruce Pearl, Paul Feinbaum Senate race is going to be lit in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, I
That's for
saw
sure.
that. Ironic timing, Paul.
Yeah, right.
I am.
Yeah.
Getting back to the SoCon football environment. So the past week, Furman beat us 31-13. Whoop-de-doo. Western beat Campbell 42-35. Nice little non-conference win for Western. Their defense continues to be atrocious, but the offense continued to roll. Mercer over ETSU 38-34. So, we gave ETSU a little bit of crap there, but they still put up 34 points on a pretty good defense. And then the shocker of the week, Citadel over UTC 28-10.
Oh my God.
Their offense, UTC's offense is tough. I mean, they don't know how to score. That is just not what you want to see. Only 3 games outside of the Samford game this week. Western's traveling to Wofford. That should be an interesting game. Western might put up 50 points. UTC at VMI, barn burner, folks. And then ETSU at Furman. That actually might be an interesting matchup. But that's what? 1 interesting game and 1 entertaining game in the Western one, just because so many points will be scored. Not the SoCon is it's sad, guys. It's just sad that it's bad this year. There's nothing impressive. There's no one. I mean, remember when Mercer had those 2, what do you say, like 1.5 NFL receivers?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Studs.
They were just scorching guys.
Those guys were sick.
They were sick. Highlight plays every week. There's nothing really. Taron Dickens is the closest thing we're witnessing, and he just started his run again this season. So maybe they'll bring a little bit of excitement. Who knows? It just is odd. It's odd. For a conference that has a respectable football history, down year, not a good one.
It's even sadder that it's a down year for the conference. I think Mike said this in our group. It's a down year for the conference, and we suck.
We're bringing the
suck.
conference down.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what you said. Yeah.
Us and VMI, baby.
It's sad. October 18th, Super Bowl, Samford VMI.
Will we win? Mike Grant, State of the Bulldogs. Hit us with it. Women's soccer.
Women's soccer won on the road at Wofford last week. They won 4-1, a big win for them as they played just 1 game last week. They have Citadel at home this Thursday, and then they go to Furman on Sunday, then go into the standings. 3-way tie atop the top of the Southern Conference with ETSU, Samford, and Furman all tied up there. Samford's playing really good, playing really well. They haven't lost again since that August 28th meeting. It's Alabama.
Yeah.
They're got some good players that have been playing really well. Sam DeLuca leads the team. It's 6 goals. Martha Bishop and Sarah Holland have 2 goals apiece. Meanwhile, Peyton Hull, the goalkeeper, has a goals against average of .82 with 44 saves in 990 minutes, and she's one of the tops in the country when it comes to saves. So it's obviously helps when you have somebody like that in between the polls. So
Yeah, big weekend or big end of the week slate because you have Citadel at home and then you travel on the road to play the very next day against one of the top teams in the conference in Furman. So, ladies got to get it done because volleyball's not. Mike, tell us about it.
Yeah, volleyball letting Sam down over there.
Sad.
The biggest fan. Yeah, tough start to the conference play though, with back-to-back losses to UNCG and Furman on the road. But it's okay. Season's still early in the season. So coming back home with Wofford and ETSU, coming to Birmingham this weekend. Both teams are undefeated in conference play right now. Wofford opened up the conference season beating Citadel and Western, and then ETSU with wins over Mercer and UTC. So it should be a good weekend matchup in Birmingham.
It's kind of a show me weekend. They flashed during the non-conference. Definitely had letdowns. I mean, to be fair, there were plenty of backward sweeps, however you call it, flip sweeps, where we go down early and then win out. That's not necessarily a good sign, but it kind of sucks to drop the first two, 0-3-0-3, or 2-3-0-3, I think. I don't know. This is it's hard to drop those first two and then have 2 back-to-back against undefeated conference squads. So the ladies will definitely be tested this weekend. That's for sure.
come on, basketball. You're almost
We need something.
Guys, we keep saying that, but what if we suck?
It's highly possible.
Then I'm gonna be depressed.
Then we got softball though. Softball, we're winning the conference. Where it's going to be hype.
Softball, baseball, we're set. Yeah,
we are set.
Exactly.
Dynasty begins today. But
Samford, before we get out of here, Samford women's basketball, they have a new coach as well, Matt Wise, who's promoted after Carly Coons left to be assistant at Maryland. They were picked to finish 6th in the conference. Then Emily Bowman, their center, was named to Socon offensive team. She averaged 9.7 boards and 2 blocks per game last season. So
as long as she can stay, she needs to pull a little Pavia and sue for some eligibility after, because this is her last year. I
think so.
Because she's been the stalwart. It's like if she's on the squad, we're not finishing last. That's for sure. Like she can single-handedly pull us to the top half of the conference. So she needs to get a little lawsuit going, stay a couple years, help Coach Wise build a legitimate program.
Yeah, and in the media day, he also mentioned that she got married over the summer. So it's like, whoa, okay, this is
then she ain't suing for eligibility. They're trying to move on. Dang it.
She got married over the summer, Samford women, and then the Samford men have 2 guys that are married, Jaden Booth and Jackson Pollard, who both transferred in. They're both married as well, so pretty insane. We've got 3 married people on both basketball, but the combined basketball.
All right,
teams.
I know we're Samford, but we're giving some real BYU vibes.
Yeah. It's the wrong kind of ring by spring. We need championship rings, not wedding rings.
Pollard is from the state of Utah, so there you go.
Oh, there you go. Samford football, tough matchup this weekend. Mercer Bears, Coach Jacobs has them rolling. It's going to be tough.
One more thing before we, just testing those who listen to the end. We have something, or I'm efforting something planned for next week that we're really excited about, so hopefully we'll have that out sometime next week.
Little teaser.
So kind of a
little teaser.
In the little football season, have a little something to kind of look forward, maybe look back on and look forward to. So there you go.
Yeah, something exciting as opposed to watching our illustrious defense. State of the Bulldogs is out. Volleyball, big test this weekend. Football, find a wins, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, State of the Bulldogs is out. Hope everybody has a fantastic week.